Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks on the road in DC taking on the Wizards. And boy, the Mavs started out hot from three. This is Spencer Dinwiddie just pulling and firing on a three. Then Dinwiddie again from three-point range. This is part of a 20-2 Dallas run. Dinwiddie, 33 points and 6 assists in the game. Dallas up by a dozen, but the Wizards not going away. Will Barton pulls up in transition. He hits a three to cut the lead down to 2. It's 27-25. Then Kyle Kuzma driving and connecting on a sweet little hook here as he just works his way into the lane, almost goes sky hook there. Then it's Kuzma again driving and scoring over 3 defenders, and we're tied at 44 apiece. Later in the second, it's Dinwiddie finding Tim Hardaway Jr. in the corner for 3. That's cash. Dallas up by 9. Kuzma now inside to Rui Hachimura for the Mavericks. Third quarter, oh yeah, this guy, Luka Doncic. Step back 3 is money. Dallas up by 6. On the other end, Kuzma with the spin and sweet pass over to Hachimura, who goes up and under for the crazy layup. Watch this one more time. Hachimura, 23 points, 8 rebounds on the game. Dallas up by 4. Doncic again with the step back 3. He had 22 points on the game. Dallas up by 1. It's the Kyle Kuzma show to start the fourth. Left wide open in the corner. He drains a 3. Then it's Kuzma hitting the step back 3 from way downtown. Then once more, Kuzma putting up a contested 3. He connects. We're still rolling with Kuzma. Now he's muscling his way into the paint. Gets the tough layup to fall. He had 36 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and Washington gets the win. Second game of a back-to-back. The Portland Trail Blazers won in Charlotte a night ago. Tonight they're taking on New Orleans Pelicans and Zion Williamson, and we get you started with Zion on the business end of this alley-oop. Watch it one more time. He goes up and just stuffs that one home. And the Pelicans up by 5. Jeremy Grant pulls up and knocks down a 3. He played well in this game. Portland up by 2, but the Pelicans moving it around. There goes Brandon Ingram. Nice head fake to get the space. He gets the lean-in jam. C.J. McCollum against his old squad gets the bucket here, and then McCollum finds Zion Williamson driving in for the layup. He had at the second half, here comes Portland. Anthony Simons with the 3. That's money. Then Simons, another 3. He had 23 points and 6 assists on the game. Portland up by a half dozen at that point. Jeremy Grant helping the Blazers take over the game late. Jumper here is cash. Then it's Grant with the driving layup. And then Grant crossing over Zion Williamson and then exploding to the rim and getting the stuff. Watch this one more time. Beautiful move and just terrifically athletic there. And then Grant with the pull-up 3. That's money. He had 27.7 rebounds.
Since Monday, when Steph dropped 47, Donovan Mitchell trying to snap out of the mini. Cleveland led it by 4 at the half. Then Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley say, watch your head. Evan Mobley, 20 and 13. Cleveland was up 59-55. Then Curry, the float game is on. Donovan Mitchell, watch him break down the defense. Looney guessing where's the ball. Back the other way. Splash. Poole. He had 18 more from Golden State. How about Draymond Green looking for Andrew Wiggins? That was a great out-of-timeout play. Wiggins had 20. Then back to Mitchell from Steph range. Mitchell, he had 29, 10, and 9. It was 88-85. Then it became the Steph show. Then watch this. Under 3 minutes to play, an opportunity to make it a one-point game. Clay knocks down the 3. Then give it to Steph. Yeah, Draymond knows how to find him. Steph didn't even look at it. Steph had 15 in the fourth quarter, that is. Now Looney, the outlet, to Curry. Oh, beats Garland. Then Curry. Back-to-back 40-point games. They trailed by 11. Golden State for the...
Down in the ATL to take on the Hawks. There's a look at Trae Young and Joel Embiid, and we start you off with Embiid just bulldozing his way inside. Just too big for folks down there. Didn't even really need to jump. He lays that in. Atlanta, though, up by 2. DeJounte Murray knocks down a pull-up jumper. Then it's Trae Young to Clint Capella for the alley-oop jam. Then Trae Young, the deep pull-up 3. Atlanta up 36-31 at that point. Later in the second quarter, Tobias Harris hits the baseline, 6:42. Third quarter, here comes Embiid, knocking down the jumper, just sort of facing up and hitting the shot. 26 points, 13 rebounds. Then Tyrese Maxey, a pull-up three. He had 15 points on the game. Atlanta's lead down to 2. Trae Young, later in the third, missing a layup here, but look who comes steaming in. It's Clint Capella. He had 18 points and 20 rebounds. What a total. Trae Young now drives in for the layup and the foul. He'd make the free throw. Then Trae Young pulling up and hitting the high arching jumper. Young, 26 points, 7 assists. Atlanta up by 14. Later in the fourth, DeJounte Murray gets the steal from Joel Embiid. Murray passes to the trailing Onyeka Okongwu for the jam. Okongwu, a double-double off the bench, 10 points and 11 rebounds. Now with less than 5 minutes to go, 76ers put in the bench down 17, and they go on a run. Montrezl Harrell gets a jam. Then Montrezl Harrell gets a hook. He had 3 minutes off the bench and went for it. He had 8 points in those 3 minutes. Atlanta's lead down to 7, but the Hawks managed to pull this thing off. Trae Young, big alley-oop up to John Collins, and the Hawks win by 9. Your final score.
4-game win streaks. The two-time MVP, Nikola Jokic, taking on one of the hottest offensive players in the game, Jason Tatum, and the Celtics. Here we go with Brown to Tatum, getting things off to a fast start. Then Brown doing it himself here, going at Jamal Murray, working the mid-range and getting the roll. Then this offensive possession was bonkers for Boston. This is just the tail end of it. They got like 4 or 5 offensive rebounds. There, the extra effort and hustle by Peyton Pritchard off the Hauser miss. All right, Denver not done just yet. Aaron Gordon, now 66-57 at the break. Jokic says, let me do it myself. He had 29 and 8 rebounds with 3 dimes. Then Aaron Gordon gets this filthy feed from Jokic. Gordon, 17 points, 8 rebounds. KCP, that 19-point lead whittled down to just 2. Here come the Nuggets. Now Luke Cornett, is that a pass? Is that a miss? Doesn't matter. It's a bucket for the green team. Now Tatum, tough lay-in. He had 34. Al Horford, career best, 6 triple tries. But then things get a little physical here in the fourth quarter. Aaron Gordon just bulldozes Grant Williams. It's called a flagrant on the free throw. You never see this. A wedgie. Wow, Grant Williams, ball don't lie. But here's what Boston does. They laugh last as Jason Tatum makes it 12.
The Portland Trail Blazers tonight. We take on Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. We get started in the first. Butler working on the wing, drives to the basket, lay-in plus the foul. He'd make the free throw. Miami up 27-19 into the second quarter. It's Kelly Oubre bringing the ball up the court, just pulls on a 3 here. And at that point, Miami's lead is down to 7. Butler, though, driving and stuffing this one home. At the half, Miami led it by 8. Drives the lane and lays this one in for 2. He had 22 points and 8 rebounds on the game. Into the fourth, Kelly Oubre takes the Mason Plumlee pass and hits the floater. He had 29 points. Then Jalen McDaniels hits a 3-pointer, and Charlotte is up 95-91 with under 6 minutes to go down in Miami. But Jimmy Butler responds. Hits a floater over Kelly Oubre. He had 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. Then Dennis Smith drives the lane and gets the bucket. He had 12 points and 8 assists. We're tied at 104, less than 30 seconds to go. Terry Rozier dribbling at the top of the key. This to win the game, the fall together, so we go into overtime. Kyle Lowry backs down Rozier, hits the fadeaway. Miami by 2. Then it's Oubre. Called for a travel with less than 15 seconds to go. That was critical. So now, with Miami up by 3 after you check out the replay there, Terry Rozier, another chance here. No foul called on Jimmy Butler as Miami hangs on to win by 5 in this one. Your final score, 1-7.
Straight game with a sprained left ankle. Devin Booker's not going to cry for him because he's without his backcourt mate Chris Paul once again. Booker 17 points, his second lowest output of the season. Comes in as a top 10 scorer in the league. Here's Jalen Suggs from the post. Then Bull. He can do a little bit of everything, can't he? 13 points, 15 rebounds for Bull. Here's Suggs, 16, and he's got Orlando stunning Phoenix. Right place, right time, Wendell Carter Jr. Team high 20, also had 10 boards, 5 dimes. Phoenix would pull within 9, Campaign no. Biyombo the rebound, gets it back to Payne, and he was real solid in the absence of Chris Paul. 22 points, 5 of 10 from downtown. Terrence Ross, the human torch from downtown. And look at this upset. Orlando beats Phoenix. Square Garden, where the Knicks are taking on the short-handed Pistons. No Cade Cunningham. Here's Derrick Rose coming off the bench. And look at this, a little wedgie. Let's go to the second quarter. Big night for wedgies. Also happened in Boston off of a free throw. R.J. Barrett, part of a big night for him. He was 10 of 17 from the field. There's the point guard. Led the Pistons by 10 at the break, putting up 68 in the first half. Jaden Ivey limited to just 10 points. Ivey 4 of 11 from the field. Here's Isaiah Livers delivering the three. Now Julius Randle as the Knicks looking to pull away, and they do. Barrett and coming on Friday night. Built up a 21-point lead against the Bucks, and they are just showing off. Sohan there, then Keldon Johnson here. Now listen, the Bucks do not have Giannis. They do not have Drew Holiday. This is a team that in a couple overtimes beat the Oklahoma City Thunder the other night, so you knew they were going to rally him. The man who had a massive night that night was Javon Carter. Give him 21 more. Brook Lopez, he went for 19. Then Bobby Portis, check out all the traffic. He had 16 and 12. It was 81-74, trying to cut into that 21-point deficit. Devin Vassell and company having none of it. Keldon Johnson on the fast break here for San Antonio. Big time Friday night for him. He had 29, 5 of 8 from down, 1 out. So they'd have to ride the shoulders of Anthony Davis, who blows past Domantas Sabonis. Sacramento looking for back-to-back wins. Here's AD again. He had 24 and 14. Lakers, former Laker Malik Monk drives, finds De'Aaron Fox. Fox puts Sacramento up by 1. Then Austin Reeves from the hash, fakes, spins, gets into the paint, falling away, using the window as his friend. Reeves had 19. Lakers back up by 1. Air ball by Fox. Sabonis, right place, right time. He had 21 and 10. Sacramento by 3. Russell Westbrook off the bench, give him 21 points and 11 assists. Now De'Aaron Fox. The float game was on. Fox driving. Fox, the step back. 32 points, 12 assists, 7 rebounds. Back, that rough one they lost a couple of nights ago in double overtime to the Bucks. Their 4th loss in a row. Here SGA, the step back. Taking on the Toronto Raptors, who have just had a really tough last couple of days. Chris Boucher trying to make up for that. Here's Jalen Williams driving and throwing down. Here's Aaron Wiggins spinning and getting it to Williams. 2 hands for safety. No Precious Achiuwa. You know about no Siakam for this Raptors squad. Josh Giddey looking to make him pay in the middle. Yeah, they are thin there. Break. Second half, SGA kicks it, and we're getting wide open and Giddey with it. He had the 3. SGA, some defense. Into some offense. And the Oklahoma City Thunder see their 4-game losing streak come to an end. SGA leads the way with 20. Morant and Karl Towns Sr. Remember from last year in the first round of the playoffs, it was an unbelievable back and forth, and this one was more lopsided. Ja Morant there gets his own rebound. Then Anthony Edwards soaring to the cup here. Here's former Grizzly Kyle Anderson turning it over, and then Brandon Clark off the great feed from Morant. It was 29-25 Memphis. Later in the second quarter, Morant comes off the screen, lefty lay-in plus the foul. He calls it. John Conchar finds Steven Adams, who gets his miss. and gets fouled by Towns on the second attempt. That would be Cat's fourth foul. Keep note of that. And Edwards, 28 points there. There's 3 of them. It was 72-64 Memphis, but Bane got that. How about in the paint? Memphis outscored Minnesota 62-46. Bane drives, finds Clark, gets it back to Bane, who had 24. It was 96-84. Santi Aldama, backwards dunk. He had 12 points. Morant, the lay-in, +1. And this is big because that would be number 6 on Towns, and he would be done. Third straight loss for Minnesota. A frustrating start for the Timberwolves.